Hello, right, James Bond games on the Spectrum. They've had a bit of a checkered history, haven't they? The really crap License to Kill. The okay-ish, sort of bit mundane though, Living Daylights. The very ropey Live and Let Die. License to Kill, which was alright actually, but hard as nails. And I've never played The Spy Who Loved Me, so if anyone knows what that one's like, if it's worth checking out, please give us a shout in the comments below. Now, this popped up purely through pressing the random search button on World of Spectrum. It is a version of sorts of Octopussy, the 1983 Bond film starring Roger Moore. Now, as you can see, I don't think this is official artwork. Some of these drawings are a little bit ropey, if you know what I mean. But hey ho, never mind. This is from a Slovakian outfit in 1992 called Ultrasoft, and it appears to just be a demo, a playable demo, although it does hint on World of Spectrum that there was actually, it was commercially released. But all the sort of videos of it I've managed to find on YouTube, etc., have just been sort of like 4 or 5 minutes long. But if it is the case that it's just a playable demo, it's a real shame, because as you can see, there's some really quite good things going on in it. This sort of title introduction, there's no music, there's hardly any sound apart from some screechy spot effects which you'll hear later. But the whole thing is really quite pleasantly presented, and as we get into it, you'll sort of see that a lot of care and time has been taken into presenting Octopussy, including these little cutscenes. Now, I don't think I've seen the film, so I can't tell you what it's about. I can't tell you, the plot or anything like that. And in order to play this game, obviously because the language is Slovakian, I can't understand a word of it, I have had to resort to watching a playthrough of it that our ZX Archive put up a few years ago, in order to just sort of work out what it was like and what to do in it. Now, it's a kind of wandering around sort of collect 'em up adventure. You see, you get this really nice sort of opening section to the game, and this is one of quite a few things that's really nice about what's going on here. And like I say, it's a shame if it did get completed and find a full sort of release. I'd like to sort of check that out, because I enjoyed what I saw of this. Now, you've got to redefine your keys, QA up and down. There is no sort of space or fire button. Actions are controlled by icons on the screen, which you will see as soon as I start the game. Now, there we go. There's Mr. Bond. Now, to the bottom right there, you'll see I've got 4 boxes, which pressing A will activate and give you the option to pick things up, put things down, or hand something over. There doesn't appear to be any fighting or gunplay in this. In fact, there isn't. It's not that it doesn't appear to be. There isn't in this sort of section of the game that we were able to play. And that's quite a shame, really, because obviously that's what Bond films are all about. As it is, we seem to have a collect 'em up of sorts. Go to one place, pick something up, as you can see there, go to another place, give it to someone, or do something with it, and that's what you have. Now, really nice animation, very nice background graphics. You can see the graphics in the sort of in the bottom part of the screen as well, the sort of the pictures of Bond himself and the woman who is seductively spread there, all really good. Now, it's not going to really be a review as such, because it's it's not fair if it's only about 4 or 5 minutes in length, although I know the video does go on a bit more. One of the bad things I've sort of found about the game, I've mentioned the sort of lack of sound. Now, when you're trying to hand something over, as you can see, I'm trying to give the snake charmer here some coins. You've got to be standing in a particular position, and it can get a bit fiddly and become a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's by no means a deal breaker, etc. It just is what I said it is. It's a pain in the backside. It took me a while to sort of get the right position here, as you can see, and you get a kind of annoying screech noise whenever you're trying to select an icon to use. Again, not a game breaker, but something that is a sort of an annoyance. We'll leave it at that. We'll sort of say that's what it is. It's an annoyance. Now, eventually, this snake charmer gets his money. I am recording the gameplay and commentary separately, so I know that this bit took me a fair few seconds to get through, etc. Eventually, when I sussed it, and I had the RZX thing playing in the background, so I could work out what to do, basically. Now, everything's really nice, what we sort of see here. You know, there's very little sort of colour clash, etc. Bond is the only animated character there is, and he's quite well animated, as you can see, and it's really decent and a good example of what can be achieved with the Spectrum. But like I've said already a few times, I wonder if this ever did get a full price release and the game was finished off and there are action sequences, etc. If anyone knows if there is, then by all means, please let me know. I'd be happy to sort of check it out. But what we have is really good and worth checking out purely if you're a Bond fan, as a curio. But you know, you're not going to play it more than once or twice once you've seen it, etc. It's just something, you know, curiosities, to play for curiosity's sake. There are some very nice things and some what could have beens on display here. It really is good, and I'm enjoying sort of finding all these things. I think I've said that sort of several times as I've gone through these videos. But it's available for download through World of Spectrum. You know the website by now, www.worldofspectrum.org. Type in Octopussy in the search bar and it will pop up, and you just have to download it and give it a go. See what you think of it. I've said what I need to say on this. I'm not going to rabbit any further. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you liked the video, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. What I'm going to ask is, as ever, if you do subscribe, is that you take the time to join in the conversations, etc. Particularly interested in your thoughts on the Spectrum Bond games, not things like GoldenEye and stuff like that came later on, N64 and above, stuff like that. Just the Spectrum ones. As I said, they had a fairly sort of checkered history. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope this piqued your curiosity. Take care of yourselves and goodbye.